It is a story about the lemons.
The story about the lemons. Okay, all right.
Fucking chapter 3 of the lemons.
Oh, wait, but I don't know chapter 1 or 2 or the introduction.
How do you know that it's a story about the lemons then?
Because you messaged me on Discord. Can I ruin your immersion and tell you a saga about lemons?
Oh yeah, okay. Then what did I send you? Okay, so I sent you that on Steam, and then on Discord I also sent you a thing. Now it makes sense.
This is all like 10 minutes in the past, and now you're like recalling as if this was like a year ago or something. What the fuck?
I'm kind of drunk.
Okay, cool.
I got fired up, so I had to come back down.
All right.
Okay, so I moved in, and the day I was moving in, this woman came out of like a van, and she was standing by my lemon tree, and I was like wheeling the dolly out of the U-Haul with like a box full of stuff or two, and she's like, "Hey, hello." Like, no, she drove by, she smiled, I waved, I was like, "Cool, I'm being a good neighbor." She got out of the car, she's like, "Hey, I see you have a lemon tree there. Can I have some of the lemons?" And I was like, "Oh, this is great because they're special to me because we got the house thinking about, making lemonade with them." "Yeah, sure. I'll be a good neighbor. Have some lemons." So you know what some means, right? It's like a poorly defined, vague term, but the idea is it's some. But she stretched the truth, and some turned into like 25 lemons. So
Out of how many does your lemon tree bear?
I don't really know. Maybe like 100.
Okay, so she took about a quarter of the lemons.
Maybe it's more than but yeah, she took 2 minutes. She took a plastic Albertsons bag that was completely full, all the way. Like that's not some lemons. That's not a few. That's like mucho limones. So I told her like, "Hey, you took too many lemons." She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'll go now." And I was like, "Okay, bye." So like, I was just incensed because they knew it was a scam. They knew what they were doing. They fucking knew. I'm gonna say some, and then I'm gonna take more than some, and then I'm just gonna stop whenever you make me stop, or when I'm out of lemons within arm's reach. So
I hope you. Well, before you continue, I hope lesson learned. Hey, can I have some lemons? Yeah, you can have X quantity.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. So that I said in the future, if this happens again, I'm going to say yes, handpick them myself, and then stand in front of the tree between me and that, or tree and them, so they get the idea. Okay, we get 4 lemons. Goodbye. That kind of thing. Because they were technically within, a reasonable thing, right? Like they didn't. Yeah, they asked for lemons. I didn't give them.
Wait, this is upon first interaction, and then let me please raid your fucking tree. Yeah, I would have definitely not taken more. Like I feel like 5 would have been too many. I think 4 is like a healthy amount.
There's as many as you could fit in 2 hands without a second thing to store more. That's how many you can take. Yeah. More than that is unreasonable. You're taking advantage of my generosity. So that sucks, and that kind of put a bad taste in my mouth.
When was this?
Arizona. That was December 29th. I remember it like it was December 29th. So that set the stage for what it's like here. So then I was, typing away at my homework a few weeks ago, and then I hear a knock on the door. So my wife answers the door. She's like, "Yeah, blah, blah, blah." So I had told her all about this. I gave her the whole rundown about how incensed I was that I fucked up, and I gave them an inch and they took a mile. So what she thought was a solution was that the same thing happened, different fucking lemon, I wouldn't say thieves, but almost thieves, came over, and they're like, "Howdy, neighbor." Like, "Oh yeah, we're totally not just people driving around a van of the whole entire city looking for people with lemon trees." So she said, "Hey, you can take a few," which is more restrictive than some, but they did the same fucking thing. So I had to go out there and say like, "Hey, you definitely took more than a few, but she said a few, you took at least some, which is more than a few, but it looks like many because the fucking bag is full. So extra mad that time again because the same fucking thing happened, but like we already had a plan of like how to deal with it. And she's like, "Oh, I'll just say a few and they'll be reasonable." Like, no, that's not what happened. So it fucking happened 2 times, and then today.
Wait. What date was the second day?
I don't know the date of the second thing.
Approximately.
I know that the critical detail that really fills you in of the sampling rate of how often this sort of thing happens. But
okay.
they took the fucking thing.
Yeah.
I guess sub story unrelated. The neighbors saw that we were picking the orange tree in the backyard, and they handed us like a cloth sort of thing on a broomstick, like a basket claw that helps with pulling on the oranges when they're out of reach. So that kind of washed away the second thing as far as the negativity of citrus fruits in this town, I guess. Those sort of situations. So the neighbor's like, here, you can use this to pick your own tree. So we made fucking more lemonade than we possibly needed after the second thing, because we were like, we're going to pick these lemons off this tree until they're no longer enticing, until it's shitty lemons. Well, those shitty lemons got bigger. Now they're big, juicy, fat lemons, and like we want them. So my dog was barking out the window, so I looked over there today, and these fucking women, she didn't even ask the fucking, these are all different people. She didn't even fucking ask. She's got the Albertsons bag. She's picking the lemons. And then there's this 8-year-old, yellow shirt. That's how I described him to the police. Because I called the police on these bitches. I went out there. I was like, hey, those are not yours, which is pretty fucking clear, right? She's like, oh, well, this house was vacant for years. So we would do this during lemon season. We would come over here and we'd make lemonade. And I'm like, okay, cool. It's occupied now. It's not vacant. And she was trying to do the thing where like, okay, well, I have 7 lemons in my bag. I didn't know that it was an occupied household, or I'm not telling you that I knew, so that I get to just take these ones that I currently have and walk away. I was like, fuck that. So I grabbed the bag, and then she wouldn't let go. So I'm like, hey, do you need me to call the cops right now? Because I will if you won't let go of my lemons. She's like, call the cops. And I was like, oh boy, I'm fucking ready. So I called the cops on this bitch, and her 8-year-old grandson is sitting there screaming. He's like, they're gonna send us to prison. And he's freaking out because he's 8. He thinks like, this is theft. I know it's theft. They're definitely gonna charge us and put us in front of a jury for lemon theft. So
they hung out for this. They didn't
what was that?
They didn't just leave on the threat of I'm calling the cops. They waited for the cops.
I fucking dialed 911. I was going to call the non-emergency line. I was like, no, fuck that. This theft, and she's on my property not leaving, so it's trespassing too. So, like, bitch, here you go. So, yeah, I called the cops. She's, like, holding onto the bag and shaking it and trying to get out of my hand. I'm like, I'm a grown man, and you're, like, a middle-aged lady. You're not going to win this test of strength. She never escalated it to violence, but she was very mean about it. She's like, let go of my bag. So I'm trying to, like, say my address and give a description, and then the fucking bitch on the 911 operator, she's like, okay, is she young, old, is she thin, medium, or heavy set? And I have like to answer these questions slowly one at a time, and this woman's just taking the bag and berating me, and the kid is fucking screaming his head off because he thinks he's going to go to a federal pound-me-in-the-ass prison for stealing 8 lemons. Yeah, so eventually she let go of the bag. Then I emptied it out into a box, and then I took the bag and I ran over. I was like, you forgot your bag. She's like, fuck you, faggot, and just kept walking down the road screaming that in front of an 8-year-old and the whole neighborhood. And then the cops, they got her. She was, yeah, her grandson is freaking out because like he was hugging her. I could see the cop is there. Maybe she's going to get arrested. Maybe she's not. Of course, she's not going to get arrested because it's fucking $1 worth of lemons or whatever. But, like, they're my fucking lemons. So then the cops came over, and I was like, hey, this is not, I don't need her to get arrested. But, like, clearly that's not okay to do. So now I'm going to get her a gun. I'm going to become a Republican and put up the fucking I plead the second sign in the front yard so these goddamn bastards in Arizona don't steal my fucking lemons anymore, I guess. I don't know. What if she has a fucking, like, a son who's on meth and then is, like, really overprotective about his bitch-ass mother, and then, you know, what happens then? Is she gonna have somebody come over and try to kill us for the lemon dispute? I don't know.
Not sure
It's
how
weird.
fair in a little place like this.
So, yeah, that's what happened. That's the saga. That's all the 3 chapters. I hope there's not a 4th. We're going to try to pick as many as we can so this doesn't happen again, so we're not a target. But, yeah, I'm pretty jazzed up. So, yeah, I got frazzled, and I'm just slamming, what is Malibu white rum.
How long ago was this?
Like an hour, maybe? Yeah. It was fucking...
What'd the cop say in conclusion?
He seemed, I mean, he definitely had that, are you really fucking making us come out here for these stupid lemons? But, like, it wasn't hers to take. And, you know, I just used it as a, hey, let go of my bag. But she's like, oh, you know, we're playing this game, so I can't just back down and be like, I'm not really going to call the cops on you. I'm not going to assault an old grandmother in front of her grandson. But, like, fuck that, man. Fuck that. So, yeah, he said that she has been warned. She lives in the next street over, so
Oh, sweet.
presumably she won't do it again.
Yeah, sure.
That was pretty nuts. The fucking lemons. I didn't think there would be a part 3. That's the part 3. I hope there's not a part 4. Oh.
Could you put up a fence?
I'm renting, so as long as I take it down beforehand, right? I think we're gonna take all the lemons off the tree, and then they have nothing left to steal, probably. A fence is like a whole thing, you know?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
if you take all
You
the,
have to go to-
the lemons off, now they're on a timer. The countdown starts.
Yeah, we fucking made lemon curd and lemonade and like fucking lemonade syrup, just lemon juice and ice cubes for use in recipes. We were doing all kinds of shit with the lemons. There was like 60 lemons or something in this kitchen at one time that were all going bad at the same time because we had to do that shit. So, not cool. Definitely not cool. It was she violated the social contract. I had to call the people with the monopoly on violence in this society to tell her to knock it off. So, I don't know. I don't know what the next step is. I think I'm getting a camera and a gun just because I don't know what these people are, what they're capable of.
Sure.
So I got to figure out that, you know, the verbiage, oh man, this person was running towards me. I feared my life, so I had to shoot, you know, or whatever they say. But probably not for lemons. I think that would kind of put a stain on my whole life if I think back. I could have just let them take the lemons, but instead now somebody's grown up without a dad or, you know, whatever. But it's a weirdly specific scam. Do you ever go to, like, I don't know, a city and they take a bracelet and they put it on you and they're like, this is a gift, but actually you have to pay for it?
Yeah.
It's just another fucking scam, another flavor of people taking advantage of people who don't understand that there's scams out there. But this one was just theft. It was egregious. So, yeah, look out for that. File that one in your potential things that could go wrong. And then if you have a lemon tree one day, see people congregating out in your front yard, you'll know what to do.
I love this story. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay, enjoy having laser beams come out of your wizard's asshole or whatever's going on in that game. Hope that's a fun one. I heard good things. It's got good reviews.
Yeah, it does. I'm getting tired of it though. I've been playing the game for 40 hours and I'm waiting for it to end. But I'm so far in that if I just stop playing, I'm never gonna come back, and I just won't beat it. So I'm like, force myself.
Oh, I thought you just said I'm never gonna come. I was like, oh, he's waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a bad call. I think seeing so much time and not get to finish.
Not yet.
I am now the hairiest Potter around, you know, or whatever the ending state is. None have been hairier than me. Okay, I think I'm gonna call somebody else and tell them about the lemons now. I hope you enjoyed. You said you enjoyed. I hope that was indeed the case. I'll tell you. Now that you're filled in for 3 chapters, if there's a 4th chapter, I'll let you know if there is, and you can know about it. Okay. Talk to you later.
I kind of hope, but for you, I I hope not, but I kind of hope. But all right, man. Good talking to you.
Okay. But yeah, you too. Bye bye.
See you. Bye.